Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is general or collective, so just take what works for you, leave the rest. The underlying energy for this reading is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is talking about a romantic cup of love coming in. This is the Knight in shining armor, dressed to the nines, all classed up and ready to offer a cup of love. Now, for some people, you may not want a cup of love. You may already have love. So the cups can represent not just romantic love, but they can represent love of anyone or anything, even yourself. And as well, they could represent love of something that you love to do or something you love to be. Hello, Stella. So the underlying energy from my oracle is the Tower. And we've been having a lot of towers in the readings these days. So it's because I feel of the eclipse season that we're in. We're on August 12th, we had an eclipse, and now we have another one coming up here in less than a week. And we're starting to really feel that energy come in, that's for sure. So the Tower is when you need to listen to your intuition and you don't. And then the next thing you know, the lightning strikes your tower and you're falling out of it and it's in flames and you have to grow something from the ground back up again. In my oracle, though, the Tower is actually, if you've ever heard of the allegory of Plato's cave, this is a story of reality, and it's told of there's a cave and there's these people in the cave that have been held prisoner there their whole lives, and all they've ever been able to see is the light shining from the flames here, the shadows cast upon this wall. And there's a roadway here where items go by and all they see is really the shadow of the items, but they think that's reality and that's how things really are. One of them escapes and he gets out of the cave and he sees there's sky, there's water, there's beaches, it's beautiful out there, the sun is shining. And he's like, wow, and he feels, I have to go back and let them know that this isn't real, what they're in. And he comes back into the cave, but he's squinting, because he came from the bright to the dark again. And they think that he's gone blind and that he's crazy and that he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's staggering around. And so they decide, no, they're not going to go out into the open there. They're going to stay here and continue to live life in the shadows. And so in the allegory of this is Plato's allegory, and I inserted this little dragon here in. She was captured as an infant and had her wings clipped, and she's the one her rage stokes the flames of the fire to cast the shadows on the wall. So basically this is talking about, sometimes we think we're in one reality, but there's a lot happening maybe behind the scenes that we don't know about. We're maybe seeing that a little bit in the world these days. And then we have the star energy coming out. And so the star energy is talking about you being following your North Star, being in that energy, being, there, I think that's a little better. Sorry, it seemed kind of dark in here. So the star energy is following your North Node energy, your destined path. And this is you pouring, the unique qualities that you possess into the universal pool, and then pouring that mixture out onto the earth. And you can see there's 5 streams here, and those 5 streams represent the energy of the pentacles, the pentacle energy. Now, we don't have a pentacle energy out yet, but the pentacle star has 5 points, and that's what it represents. We also have besides the North Star here in the sky, we have the 7 stellar sisters of the Pleiades, and that in my oracle represents the chakras. So it's being in alignment with your spiritual and your physical needs, pulling that energy and making, adding your own beauty to the world to make it a better place. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is information or communication coming in. The Knight would work for the King and the Queen of Swords. He is sometimes thought of as a fool rushing in. We can only see half his sword here, and so it might mean he only has half the story, and we can't see the point, and maybe he doesn't know the point either. He's got a big red flag on the back. And the thing is, the horses in tarot represent heartfelt energy and passion, and he's pushing this horse so hard. This horse is just totally like exhausted and totally, anxious. And so this is talking about, pushing like he like a fool rushing in. He's either running from something or he's running to something. And he's running through barren land against the wind. Now he might be running running to tell someone that, hey, there's a knight in shining armor that's going to rescue someone from their tower here. And he's running to let someone know that, maybe. The star energy, we're not sure. So we'll have to wait and see. And then we have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is talking about having a new passion for life. Like this is very optimistic energy and excited about life, waking up in the morning. I wonder what today will bring. The pyramids in the background there represent the energy of wanting to explore the wonders of the world. So the pages would work for the king and queen young, like around 7 to 14, depending on how mature they were. And that may sound really young, but they would be within the court and running. Their main task would be to run information back and forth and maybe small tasks and errands. In those days, the life expectancy was like half of what it is now. So, they went to work early out of necessity. And his element is the element of fire, and it's represented by the wooden wand. And the wood fuels the fire to cause passionate action to happen. So, he's dressed to the nines. He has a feather in his cap. This would be a real coup for him. Now, this could be saying that the information coming in from him is about something that happened maybe when you were in elementary school, high school, going to college, university, just starting out, maybe in the workforce. When the pages were 21, they might be considered for knighthood, and then they would... if they could afford their own horse. Now, this could also be talking about someone from that time span. It could be the information is delivered by someone from that time span, or possibly even it has something to do with them. And so we have they have their back to each other though. So one's going in one direction and one's going the other. So I feel that the Page of Wands is like talking about this being passionate love. And this is some sort of energy that someone wants to deliver some information. This quite often can represent an investigation that could be legal or otherwise using technology. So hidden cameras, mics. This can sometimes also talk about a private detective energy. We'll see. We'll keep going and see here. We have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, okay, so he's coming to talk to the Queen of Wands about what's going on here. So this could be this cup of love coming into the Queen of Wands. And for some reason, he had to go to the tower first. So that's what it looks like. So, and the Queen of Wands is representing someone who is... follows her happiness. She's a natural beauty and sexy and just in a natural way. She, the sunflower in her hand is representing her joy and her happiness. You know, the sunflower heads, they follow the sun throughout the day so that they can absorb the sun's warmth. And the sun in tarot is the happiest card in the deck, and it represents God's energy. And now she is holding her wand of passion here as well. She has this thin veil behind her, representing the thin veil between the spiritual and the physical realm, and her ability to access both. So she uses her logic and her intuition to come to creative solutions so that she's happy. You know, she's a happy person. And the little black cat is talking about the energy of, you know, some people won't have a black cat because they feel black cats can bring bad luck, but she doesn't believe in bad luck, so she's just, you know, I'm going to have a black cat if I want to. I love my black cat, and I'll deal with it if there's bad luck. And then we have going on a new cycle. So there, it's interesting because we've got like the Tower and the Knight. I feel like the Knight of Cups is rescuing someone from the Tower. And you know, here, the Tower, it does say divorce, but sometimes it can be talking about, in my oracle, what it really means is the worst divorce would be from source. So not being on your destined path. And so here you are, and there's information, so much information coming in 3 different ways. And this, whatever maybe that's what causes the Tower, is we have intellectual, like, or an investigative nature of something coming in, and someone's panicking over it. We have passion and love coming in. And then we have a brand new cycle. So the Fool is saying that whatever has happened here, the Tower has caused a new cycle to begin, and this is like a brand new cycle. So the white sun in the background talks about having a blank canvas to work with. Having said that, you do have a little bit of baggage here, and this is what you've learned from the past cycle and any other cycles you've already been on. Tattered sleeves, you know, they represent that you've been on maybe a cycle or 2 or few. And this energy is also talking about, you know, taking a leap of faith that this is going to be a real happy cycle. And it looks like it could be. There's a lot of like this energy here is all like really strong. But there is a Tower here for some reason. And I don't know why, but I have a feeling that this energy and maybe this is your energy, is causing panic in other people, because you're back on your in your game, you're back on your destined path. It feels like that type of energy. Now, I don't know who this would be from, but we'll see. We'll keep going and we'll see. We have the Hermit. So the Hermit is sitting on this energy of the Queen of Wands and the Fool. And this energy could be talking about, you know, it's the dark night of the soul. And so the dark night of the soul is when something shakes your very foundation. So that would be the Tower. And this is talking, I feel, about that energy. So you could be the Queen of Wands energy. You could be, you know, the Star energy. We don't know as of yet really who's who here. But the Hermit is representing someone that goes up to the top of the mountain and to isolate, because he wants to be, he doesn't want a bunch of distraction. He wants to figure out, okay, what's my next best move? And he does have the star, the North Star, in his lantern here. And when it fills with the light and lights up his golden rod here, then he knows, okay, it's time to come down from the mountain and take action. He's got, he has heard from the Most High, okay, this is your course of action that would best be for you. And this comes maybe in the form of an Emperor. So the Emperor energy could be this energy, it's sitting right here on the Passion and the Queen. So this could be talking about an Emperor. The Emperor represents all 4 kings rolled into one person. So it's talking about someone who has a lot of life experience. He's very high level performance, alpha male energy. He wears his armor underneath his robe so that when an opportunity goes by that he wants, he can grab it in a second. And he has an ankh in his hand, and that's talking about being willing to do new adventures, new discoveries, new projects. And he's very wise. As I said, he has the qualities of all 4 kings. And to become like an emperor or empress status in the tarot, it's talking about you being on your destined path and being really strong in that energy, being the best version that you can be of yourself. And look at this, and we have a windfall coming in. And the windfall quite often does follow a dark night of the soul. So I feel that the energy, your energy could be the Queen of Wands, and this star energy could be talking about the Queen of Wands being back in that energy. Between the passion coming towards her and this and getting back into this energy is when the panic hits. And now there's this windfall coming in, and it's sitting on this energy of some information coming towards the queen here. And it could be about this windfall coming in. Maybe that there's an emperor that is maybe on his way with a cup of love. Something like that. The windfall, the pentacle energy, remember I said about the 5 streams here? This is the 5 points on the pentacles. So pentacles are talking about health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. Now, a big part of that is money. We need money to be happy these days, in particular in the 3rd dimensional world. So the pentacles do represent money. But you could have all the money in the world and not have your health and not have your and any love in your life, and then you wouldn't be living your best lifestyle. So it's talking about that. But this in particular is talking about a huge windfall coming in that's going to, an unexpected one that comes kind of out of left field. And it is saying, because it generally comes after the dark night of a soul, after conferring with God and going on this new path. Going in a new direction. So there's some sort of a windfall coming in. And this is talking about, you know, like it could be like if you've ever seen those talent shows with the golden buzzer, like getting to miss some steps and going, you know, you get to go to the top level without having to go through all the steps. This can represent an investment that takes off in a really huge way, winning something. It could be a real estate for sure coming in, an inheritance unexpectedly. Excuse me. We have a little bit of smoke in the air still here. Where I live, we've had the wind changed, and definitely I can feel the sun, but the blessed rain, it was scary because there's thunder, and we don't want thunder in the forest here right now because it's so dry. But the rain was like reminds me of this big, huge drops of rain, and it was like, it smelled so fresh and good. It was so awesome. That's kind of like this energy coming in. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor now, and you're moving into really, I mean, this is talking after this dark night of the soul, the windfall unexpectedly coming in. And now the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your direction again. And so this is saying the past, the present, and the future coming together and coming into the now. And the universe speaks in synchronicities. So quite often you'll start noticing synchronicities happening in your life when this Wheel of Fortune energy is turning. On one of the wheels, because there's 3, one has the past, one the present, one the future. And one of them has the Hebrew letters for the name of God, and that's a tetragrammaton, and it is a sacred geometric symbol that represents equalization of all forces and also perfect divine order. And so things are falling into place for you for sure. And then we have this energy. People are noticing that things are falling into place. Now you see this energy is here. And the 3 of Pentacles energy is saying that you are now in an elevated position. People are starting to really be able to recognize, wow, you're really good at whatever it is you do. You've mastered a skill set, and they're admiring this. And you have people coming in and wanting to collaborate with you. And this energy is talking about they have plans in their hand. So here we have someone who's doing this beautiful sculpture, and there's a spotlight on your work, but they already have plans in their place. So basically this is saying that they're going to want you to do things their way. And you have to make sure, if you collaborate with anyone, when you're in this energy, it quite often can represent, the star energy can represent someone who has like special talent, you know, and it could be like a beautiful voice for singing, or you know, a wonderful musician, or you could be a very talented sculptor, a talented stone worker, maybe an artist. This could represent actor, actress energy. You know, you could be a really talented athlete, and these could be scouts coming in and wanting to offer scholarship to college or university. Or better yet, maybe you're already there and now they're offering for you to try out for a professional team. So this is really good news, and at the same time, it comes with a big warning. A lot of the industries that I just named, you may have been seeing in the top of the news these days. I mean, they always are here and there, but like now it's in a real negative way. And it's talking about the, you know, the lifestyle that some of them are living, have been living. And it's also talking about all the secret society energy that is rampant throughout that, throughout those industries. So this is saying if you're going to collaborate with anyone, you really want to take the time to check into it, and you want to hire a lawyer, not your mom and dad to look over the contracts. A lawyer that specializes in these contracts, like someone that's really knows what they're doing. Because many a person has signed a contract or an agreement and lived to regret it in those industries. And they're quite often taken advantage of, and everybody else makes money but them. And see, these people are, when this energy comes in like this, this could be an energy of them trying to get to you first before other people want to sign you up. And it could be that energy there, because they see a lot of potential for you to make them money. And so you have to be very discerning here. As I said, it's awesome, like congratulations, and at the same time, you need to make sure that you hire a good lawyer to look over the contracts so that you read the fine print and you know what you're really getting into. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in. So this could be something that you really wanted, like ever since whenever, you know. And so the Knight of Pentacles is doing, this energy is representing just what I said. When this information comes in, the Knight of Pentacles takes his time. And sometimes you just want to yell at him, hurry up. He literally could have a board meeting with himself just to brush his teeth. So this energy is like, hurry up, get the information here, I'm waiting for it. But the good news is when he does come in with an offer, usually it's a good offer. And so this could be talking about this was a strong offer and maybe you do sign up or whatever, but you've checked it out properly like you're supposed to, as advised. And then we have, with a lawyer. There we go. That's perfect. So the King of Swords represents an authority figure. This is someone that earns their living through words. Even the word swords has the word word in the middle of the two S's. And so this is talking about, you know, the swords represent the energy of your mental intelligence, your discipline of the mind, as I said down here. And it's talking about someone who earns their living using words. And they're charismatic with words, and this can represent, you know, that could be written or it could be verbal. So this definitely could be a lawyer. This could be, if he's a lawyer, he's probably someone who is a partner in an established firm, someone higher up, because we have the King energy here. And then this also could be this could be a divorce lawyer, because we did have that divorce energy here. And then it also could be represent judges, Supreme Court judges, people higher up, like prosecutors, like head prosecutors, attorney generals, what else? You get the picture with that energy. And then we have, this could represent definitely politician energy, people who speak with, you know, words and make the laws, the governing. And because we have a king here, it could be a king energy. So it could be a president, a prime minister. This energy could also represent, you know, congressmen and senators and governors, that type of energy. In Canada, it would be more like provincial and federal ministers. So people high up in the government that make the laws and make sure that those laws happen. There also could be an energy of I can't spit the word out. A surgeon, sorry. A surgeon, a dentist. This could be a veterinarian, a psychiatrist energy. And it could also represent someone who's doing research and found a cure for a disease, and maybe someone who has written a book and is on the bestsellers list. So it's that type of energy. So the King of Swords is good with words. He understands that words can be used as weapons. They can also be used to uplift people. And you know, the King of Swords also understands that talk is cheap, that actions speak much louder than words. And if you give your word and you don't follow it up with action, your word becomes useless. We have the Devil here. So there's some sort of temptation coming in. Yeah, now let's see here. We have this energy, we explained that. We have possibly this Emperor coming in after the Dark Night of the Soul, a windfall. Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. People are noticing your work, and you do find a good deal. And you have a lawyer, but does the lawyer... Okay, now this energy is on the Emperor and on the King of Swords. So does the Emperor and King of Swords, they like what a lot of people would call a reverse in their energy? And reverse just means they're not on the straight and narrow, and they're the opposite of the descriptions I just gave, like someone who's not doing their job properly. So there's some sort of temptation here. This could be talking, though, this energy could represent the Emperor looking into some information because of what's happened with this tower. Because that's the energy I'm picking up. I feel like it's talking more about this energy here and why are they panicking like this, and hiring or conferring with this lawyer energy to see what's going on. In any case, we know that there is the Devil here, and the Devil is representing temptation. And so this is talking about, you know, we have the lovers here. They're yoked to each other, and then they're chained to Saturn's box. Now the Devil is crouched in between them there, and he's in this animalistic crouching position. It's talking about lust over love, and it's just saying that these two are coming together for the Devil's purposes, basically. And when this card comes up, like, the Devil's energy is very manipulative. You're not going to get the truth from the Devil. When he tempts you, it's not like he tempts you with something shiny and flattering and pretty and something you want. And it gets ugly later when he wants payment. So this is talking, I always, when the Devil card comes up, I take the next card up and I want to know what minion does he send in to do his dirty work for him. And what, you know, can we get an idea who that is so we can avoid it? So he wants to cause real heavy burdens for someone here, or has been causing heavy burdens using two people here that are lovers, Bonnie and Clyde. That's what we'll call them. So Bonnie and Clyde are trying to stop whatever's going on here. So it could be that this energy works for Bonnie and Clyde. It could be like an investigation, legal or illegal, going on. It doesn't have to be Bonnie and Clyde that he's giving the information to, but it may be. This is talking about someone bringing in their harvest, and it's the actions that they've taken grow into these wands, and then that's the harvest, and it's harvest time. There's 10 wands here. That's the most you can have. This could be your energy, or this could be talking that the Devil had these two working very hard to cause problems for you, you know, to cause hardship for you. And that's why I'm calling them Bonnie and Clyde. So this can talk about not just your actions, but the actions of other. And this is the harvest from all these actions that have been taken. Now this energy is definitely, it's a heavy energy, and this person's exhausted. And if you've ever heard the saying, can't see the forest for the trees, that it shows it right here. This is, he's up close and personal, so close to the wands here that he can't see that how close he really is to home. And so this is talking about you being way closer to your goal than you believe. And you need to put down any burdens that don't belong to you so that you can get your harvest home, sort through it, and be ready for the next step that happens. And this can also be talking about maybe needing to delegate some responsibility once you sort through your harvest. And then that energy will give you some time to get your shift together, because something's coming up with this energy coming in here like this. And then we have a lot of opportunities coming up. So this is the interesting part. This card, the Six of Cups, or sorry, the Seven of Cups, is talking about all these gifts in these cups. And the thing is, though, they're covered in dark smoke, and so you can't really see them clearly. This is your energy. You're like a black hole sucking in all this opportunity. Having said that, like a black hole, you're the center of your universe, and you have to put your own spin on it. So this is talking about, you know, six cups, but they might have illusions around them. And sometimes the opportunities, most of the time when it comes in like this with the Seven of Cups, most of the opportunities are, you know, in smoke. So you don't know, you have to be able to see the possibilities in the challenges. And we have one cup here which is talking about having a lot of beauty. And of course, beauty is beautiful to have, and there's so many ways we can, you know, change our looks these days if we want to. But it's also talking about if you don't work on your inner beauty and you only focus on your outer beauty, then you're not going to be as beautiful as you want, because beauty shines from within. And we have this energy of the shrouded figure, and we don't know, is it good, bad, or ugly underneath that shroud? And then we have a snake energy, and the snake, a lot of people would say, no, thank you. This is a cowardly snake, you know, a coward slithering through the grass, and I don't want to have any part of it. And other people would say, wow, what a beautiful opportunity to be able to have a rebirth and regenerate and move forward in a brand new way. And then we have the castle. And castles, a lot of people strive to have castles. The thing about castles, though, is they can be isolating, because castles cost a lot of money to keep. And they tend to be on the side of cliffs. So they can be very isolating. If you have a lot of expenses from a castle and a lot of maintenance, you might not have money to take up other opportunities. So it's referred to as house poor. And then we have this bouquet of flowers, and it's saying, are you going to open up your petals and just become part of the beauty? Or are you going to be concerned, oh, that flower is bigger than me, and it's prettier, it's a nicer color, I wish I was that color. And then we have the laurel wreath, and that is representing victory. And at the same time, they lay it on coffins. And we have dragons here, and the dragons could be, this is about the meanest dragon from my oracle, but she has good reason, because her wings were clipped and she was stolen from her mother, kidnapped as a young baby dragon. And she's waiting to get out of the cave. She already saw that the world's a beautiful place. And so this is talking about this energy. Are you going to be afraid, or are you going to step into your power? And so definitely there's a lot of opportunities coming in here, and there's justice. I feel this is saying maybe in the past, you might have, the tower may have been about this kind of energy, and maybe the emperor looked into, maybe you had a shifty lawyer and he worked for these people or something. I'm kind of picking up some sort of energy around the lawyer energy here. So maybe the emperor looked into this, and now justice is coming in. And so the justice is similar to, like, that banner in the background there is representing the realm between the spiritual and the physical, the thin veil between the two. And the sword of justice is a double-edged sword. That, you know, if you're on the right side of justice, then you're going to have blessings coming in with this justice. And if you're on the wrong side, then it's time to pay the price, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences of your actions. Now, she has her right foot forward, which is saying she's ready to go as soon as she gets the word. And this energy is also talking about you know, the karma. So a lot of people think karma is punishment, but really karma is cause and effect of your actions and sometimes your inactions. So like, for instance, if you hired a lawyer and he was working for them, and then told you the contract, no, it's all good, it's all that, and you paid him, and then it caused you a lot of burdens and a lot of missed opportunities. And you might be in court over this or something. There could be some sort of energy around that. So this would be an example like of your inaction when you were supposed to, you could have done something to stop someone's suffering and struggle, or you were in a position of authority where you, by law, and maybe you swore on a Bible somewhere that you would do what was the right thing and you didn't. This energy creates karma. Indirect karma is something that quite often it can come from your ancestors' unfinished business, and sometimes it can also come from people that you associate with. So friends, family, whoever you do business with, that type of, you know, that type of energy. So that would be indirect karma. And then we have the karmic spaces that we can all fall into. We're humans, we make mistakes, and sometimes we do stupid things, bottom line. But, and maybe not meaning to, but you still have to straighten the mess out. So I feel justice is coming in for some sort of situation here, and I think it might have to do with this energy here, and that's why the Emperor is here. Because this pentacle energy is right in between the two of them, and it's sitting on this energy. And it's also talking about where is that devil energy? Where was the devil energy? I just want to make sure we have that properly. Here, causing the burdens. So see how this is sitting on this energy here? I feel that you had a crooked lawyer. Imagine that. You know, that's like when you hire someone and you pay them good money, you would expect them to do their job. And so we have the star energy, and this is talking about you being on your destined journey. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor because of it. There's some sort of energy that's panicking because you're in that energy. I feel like this is this energy was coming from the sword energy here. And there could be an investigation going on about what happened back here. Something went on. And it could have involved more than one person. Like, you know, remember all the people that I listed there. So it could have something to do with more than one person for sure, I feel. And this caused a lot of missed opportunities. Justice is now coming in. The burdens are being lifted. See, when the devil wants payment, then it's kind of like, okay, he's not so much your friend anymore. It's like, well, if you weren't able to produce for me, well, with your victim here, and I feel that's this energy here, then I guess you're going to have to pay up yourself. And so Bonnie and Clyde are, that's why they're yoked. And then we have the Hermit here, and it's talking about that dark night of the soul and you going on a new journey because this energy is being cleaned up. And I do feel that maybe the Emperor is the one that has this offer here for you. We can take a look and see, because he's sitting on this energy and where the passion is, and this new cycle coming in at the same time. So I'm going to clarify this. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you so much for your time and energy and your likes, comments, and subscribes. I truly appreciate all of them. It's really empowering me to build my channel. And I'm going to clarify now with the oracle cards. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings. There's 64 of them. And this Oracle Tales from the Vector, it's not out in physical form yet. It's exclusive to this channel. And the paintings, there's 64 of them. And I will put the number, this is how they're listed in the gallery. I will put them in the description box below in the order they appear here, with the information for the website if you want to take a look at it, if you're wanting more clarity. So we do have the Cancer energy coming in. I'm not surprised. There's a lot of emotion right now. So be really careful with your impulsiveness at this time. This is not a good time to be impulsive. There's like some real we have the eclipse season, and I mentioned that at the beginning with this, that energy being quite heavy at times and then being giddy and then heavy and giddy. It's like a roller coaster. Sometimes you're yelling at the guy that runs the roller coaster to, you know, turn this thing off and let me off. And the next time you're going, you know, the next person is at the ticket booth and buying another ticket to get back on. So it's talking about being very engaged in the energy instead of getting drowned by the emotion, keeping your head together, staying on your path, because all of this is so volatile. It can go so many ways, and people, even if you're calm, the people around you may not be, because it looks like there's some panic here, and they're panicking because the truth came out. Here's this Gemini energy. This has been coming in a lot in the readings. This is the energy of the truth coming in. Uranus has not been in the sign of Gemini since 1941 to 1949, and it just moved in there about 2.5 months ago. And bottom line is that Uranus in Gemini wants the truth to come out. And because Gemini is so quick-witted, you know, it's the twins, like they're accused of being one person one moment and another. But they are very, it's almost like the two double-edged sword of justice. The Gemini energy is very quick-witted and fast and adaptable, and the truth is coming out in the weirdest ways in the news. You may have noticed, and people that you thought were never going to be brought to justice, they wouldn't have to come to court or whatever because they were too high up or whatever. You're seeing all over the place now this energy of things, you know, of justice coming in. Maybe not 100%, but it's definitely different than it was. And look, we have justice here twice, and the justice is sitting on this energy here, bringing in, because I feel that this is the Emperor energy is passionate about you. And whether that be a lover energy, it is the cup energy, I feel. So I feel this could be a passionate love relationship. And the Emperor is straightening out this mess that you're in so that you can ride off into the sunset. And the Chariot energy is talking about this is already happening in the spiritual realm. When you're on the Chariot, you're on God's path. The Chariot's like a tank. It's like boom, boom, boom. It runs over obstacles. And so kind of like the Emperor's energy when he's on a mission, you know, high level performance, get to where you're going. And this is talking about the dark night of the soul and all of this justice energy. I feel it's because there's been this karmic space of people giving themselves permission to take this windfall that was yours. And this could go way back to when you were younger. This could be, we don't know exactly what this is, but definitely this has been a long time. And it could go back to something that happened in your family during World War II. This is worldly and otherworldly desires. So not only do they want what belongs to you physically, they also want your destiny. They want you, they want to be you. Except they don't want to have to do the work. So they've given themselves total permission to go after what they want, and what they want is what you have. And your destiny. Like, it's ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, but some people, I guess, feel that they're smarter than God and they can get away with that. They're probably, that's why they're panicking now, because the truth is coming out of what they've been doing. And they can't hide it because they were in this energy where, oh, well, I'm not going to get caught. I'm above the law, you know, that type of energy. And they're finding out that they're not above the law after all. And the degradation is coming in. So the shame is being taken off you. They may have been slandering and gossiping and, you know, saying all sorts of shit about you. And they're panicking now because it's coming out what they've done. And the shame is being taken off you. And now the truth is coming about what they've been up to. And then we have perception. So perception is someone felt the grass was greener on the other side. So this could have been, there could be a divorce, definitely. It could have been a lover, you know, someone that you were involved with, that you were married to, a spouse. That possibility as well. This is thought the grass was greener on the other side. And I feel that this is this couple here. And the devil, they probably are saying, the devil made me do it. But God gives us all choice. But they were the ones, this couple energy, are the ones that are supposed to be causing this burden, some energy for you, so that all the opportunities go to them rather than to you. And then we have Mother's Worry. Man, that card has been coming out a lot. So I just feel like there's a lot of people on the planet that are really worried. Although you could have a mother. And it was coming up a few readings ago that there was a mother on the other side that was worried about someone, about a daughter. So it could be talking about that type of energy. And it says, mirror, mirror on the wall, I've become my mother after all. Now, whether that means that what's happened is there was karma that has to be cleared up from your mother and your maternal line, and now you are the one that has to clear it up, or other people in your family possibly are causing that's the karma that needs to be cleared up. So bottom line is, you're not just clearing up this energy for yourself. Maybe that's why we have two justices coming out. You're clearing it up for, I feel, your maternal bloodline. And that's why the justice has come out twice. And then we have the Virgo energy, and this is talking about strong communication. And also, I feel like it is when you go through sort through your harvest here, you want to be very analytical about it, and make sure that you put down any burdens that don't belong to you. Because when this justice comes in, whoever's holding these wands is going to get hit with that karma. And remember, I'm not talking about these individual people. In your own reading, though, you may have there could be those signs involved. Use your intuition about that. And then we have father figures. So we have a mother and father figure. So I feel like this is like definitely something that you're clearing up, not just for you. I feel that these people have been causing burdens for a lot of people for a long time, and they've been getting away with it. You know, they've been getting away with some real nasty energy, and now they're being caught. And so it's not just them that's being caught. Like, it's going to be a domino effect. Tung, 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 tung. Be like the chariot, tung, 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 running over obstacles. So I feel that if this couple goes down, the whole thing starts to fall. So that's the energy that we're in right now. And I feel like it will come out in a weird way. Just watch. This could be representing when we go to the news. If you watch the news, I like to watch the news for about 5 minutes a day at least, just to see what's going on, because whatever's happening at the top, generally that energy is going to come down. And so I feel like this is saying that something, you can feel it in the air, you know, like you could, like the smell of the rain coming in, you can just feel it. And so there could be a storm brewing here, and we'll hear about it. We heard some, like, every day these days there's news, and I feel like Uranus in the sign of Gemini is a pain in the butt for the devil. Uranus in Gemini is like a truth a day keeps the devil at bay. His job has become a lot harder ever since this has happened. And it's significant because this energy is going to be with us until 2033. So for another 7.5 to 8 years. So expect a lot of truths coming out. And you think, how much more can come out? Don't ask. We'll find out when the timing is right. All right. Thank you so much for your time and energy, or all of your likes, comments, and subscribes. I very much appreciate them. And I will be back with another reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.